printing press was invented in the 1400s by Johann Gutenberg and was a revelation in communication for the time. This is a case of type, 12-point school book. Each of these little compartments has a number of sorts in it, and each sort is kind of like a little stamp that has the letter on it. This case layout is called the California case, but the more popular one at the time had the larger letters near the top because they were used less frequently, and the smaller letters at the bottom, thus the term uppercase and lowercase. So to compose type, you get the composing stick and you start grabbing sorts. We'll set out print, so we'll get a capital P, and then this little guide helps me find the R, I, N, and T. Once the type is set and spaced, you take it out of the galley and you bring it over to the stone. This is called the stone because they used to be made out of actual stones. This one's metal, but the important part is that it is level and smooth. Once the type is loosely set, this block and mallet are used to help maintain the uniform height of the type to make sure that everything prints well, because if one letter is sticking up above the other letters, then when the paper comes down, only this letter will be printed and these ones will be blank. This is our printing ink and a brayer. It's basically just a rubber roller. This glass pane is for rolling out a thin sheet of ink for single prints, but when doing multiple prints at a time, we do it directly on the press. What I'm doing is attempting to create an even coat of ink along the platen. If the ink is uneven, then the prints will have uneven amounts of ink on them, which will result in dark spots and light spots, and is just genuinely undesirable. So this is the paper that we'll be using to print the bookmark. I'll set it into my backing paper and set it in the clips. I have pencil marks that I've made to help me line it up with the text, and then I'll pull the lever and the two rollers come up, pick up a coat of black ink, and they come back down and leave some ink on the type. And then when I pull the lever again, they put just a bit more. The paper gets pressed up against the type, comes back down, and we have the bookmark. Now that the bookmark's done, we're going to hang it up to dry. The ink usually dries in a couple hours. Printers would add cobalt to the ink to help it dry faster, but cobalt is very toxic, and so we don't use that. We try to give these about 24 hours to make sure that they have time to dry.
Hello visitors, thank you for joining us for Frontier Homestead State Park Museum's digital classroom in Cedar City. Please comment, like, and share, and continue following us for more fun activities for you to do at home.
Frontier Homestead State Park, where history becomes your story.